You read the title right. It's about to get controversial up in here. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Fit Curls. My name is Angela, and today I am going to be telling you guys why I do not follow the curly girl method. Now, the curly girl method has become globally famous since its inventor, Lorraine Massey, published her book, The Curly Girl Handbook. And it has become basically the curly girl's Bible for how to care for naturally curly hair. There are quite a few rules in this handbook that are supposed to give you the best hair of your entire life for anybody who has textured hair, and these rules are to be adhered to very strictly to the letter. And I'm going to be explaining to you which of those rules that I break on the daily and why. Now, before we get too deep into this, I want to make this very clear. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. I do not fault anybody for following the curly girl method. And in fact, there are a lot of pillars of the curly girl method that are extremely helpful for people who are starting their transition, or even girls that I know who have been curly for years now. So if the curly girl method works for you, you do you, girl. That all being said, I personally have some qualms with some of the rules, and I don't follow them. So I'm going to be explaining to you exactly why that is. My opinion, what works for me, that's it. So the number one rule of the curly girl method is ditch the shampoo, particularly sulfate-based shampoos. Sulfates are detergents. Any detergent from a sulfate strips your skin and your hair of its natural oils, the sebum that occurs on your scalp that actually promotes healthy hair growth. And since curly girls normally have drier hair by nature, thanks for that, really, why on earth would you use sulfates to strip all of that moisture away? Instead, the Curly Girl Handbook recommends co-washing or cleansing with a conditioner, and says that that will be sufficient to cleanse without stripping your hair. Now, here's why I break this rule regularly. First of all, my hair is extremely prone to over moisturizing. So only ever cleansing with a conditioner is just going to leave my hair limp. Very soft, but shapeless and limp. The other thing is, a lot of curly products contain significant amounts of oils and butters. Coconut oil is a substance that a lot of curly products use in excess. I don't know if any of you have ever put coconut oil on your anything. Maybe you've cooked with it, baked with it, it's wound up on your hands. Imagine trying to wash that off with lotion. It would literally never come off. So the number one reason that I actually use shampoo in general is to make sure that products don't build up on my hair. My hair is fine textured, it's low density. If I have too much product on it, it shows. So I have to make sure that I cleanse, really cleanse, using a sulfate or clarifying based shampoo at least once a week, usually twice a week. The other thing is, only using conditioner on my scalp, because I have very sensitive skin, can actually lead to buildup and flaking and itching and redness and a feeling of tightness and soreness on my scalp itself. The more clogged that the pores in your scalp get, the more likely you are to wind up losing hair. So that's why I still use shampoo. I have not found any difficulty using sulfates, especially gentle sulfates. I do recommend staying away from SLS, or sodium lauryl sulfate, which is very harsh. But any sudsing agent or a sulfate-free surfactant in your shampoo isn't gonna kill you. Hand in hand with avoiding sulfates is avoiding silicones. The Curly Girl method is firmly anti-silicone. Silicones are emollients. They are used in hair products to encourage slip, to facilitate detangling, and also to seal in moisture into your hair cuticle. Now, the Curly Girl method is firmly against these silicones because non-water soluble silicones will build up on your hair shaft. meaning that eventually they're gonna clog all of those pores in your cuticle and prevent any moisture from getting into it. Your hair will start to literally dry from the inside out. Furthermore, silicones can only be removed with a ding 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 sulfates. So if you're not using sulfates like the Curly Girl method says, you definitely cannot be using silicones. So here's why I break that rule. I use sulfates so I don't worry about buildup. I also clarify every 3 to 5 washes. Clarifying using something very Curly Girl approved like bentonite clay or an apple cider vinegar rinse, or for me with my color treated hair, very gentle but effective clarifying shampoo. My personal favorite at the moment is NYC's Deep Tox Salt Scrub shampoo, which is phenomenal because that's gonna strip all of that excess buildup off of my hair. And as long as I deep condition afterwards, no oils will have been stripped from my hair and it's gonna come back to life. Also, as I stated before, silicones are emollients. Any emollient can build up on your hair. That's right. Oils, butters, any of those ingredients that are put into your hair products to encourage the sealing in of moisture have the exact same effect as silicones. Plus, as I've discovered, I've used a few completely CGM friendly products and several creams that definitely contain some amount of silicone in them. And I have never had issues with these products on my hair without ever giving up sulfates or silicones. My hair's health and its curl pattern has improved significantly since I started wearing my hair naturally curly. So I saw the improvements of the Curly Girl method without having to give up sulfate or silicone. We're getting into some of the more eclectic rules, in my opinion, of the Curly Girl method, and one of those is absolutely no brushing. Ever. At all. Don't brush your hair. The reason being, brushing creates breakage. Also, it disturbs the natural curl pattern on your head and can result in some really nasty frizzy results during your styling process. The Curly Girl method suggests only using your fingers to detangle your hair. Finger detangling is the sure way to avoid breakage, and you do that while you're in the shower. Once the hair is set and it has dried, you don't touch it until the next wash day. Now, there are a couple of points of this that I totally agree with. Over manipulating your hair once you're out of the shower can really have some pretty drastic effects on the way that your curls wind up drying. If you guys saw my last video, you know that I know exactly how that mess of frizz winds up occurring. Beyond that though, I detangle with a brush. I also style my hair with a brush. If you guys have seen any videos on this channel, you know how much I love my Denman brush. I am obsessed with the Denman D3 because it actually encourages healthy clumps to form in my hair, and it encourages a nice spiral pattern to form. The brush has actually helped me to retrain my curls after I sustained some damage to my hair before I started my curly journey. Brushing also feels so good. Guys, brushing product through your hair, brushing to detangle, just getting that little bit of an extra scalp massage. Oh my gosh. Whenever I use my Tangle Teezer brush in the shower, it just feels magic. I am not giving that up. Finger detangling alone, as the Curly Girl method suggests, has never worked for my hair. It's not thorough enough. It takes forever, and I wind up with a ton of little single strand knots or fairy knots. These little itty bitty tangles in my hair that if they get snagged on my fingers or a brush or a comb or anything while I'm styling, they either stay just knotted so they become part of my curl pattern, or they rip out, causing that breakage that I'm trying to avoid in the first place. So in my experience, brushing my hair under the right conditions has led to nothing but good results for my hair. So that's a rule that I very happily break. Now the next rule I definitely do not follow is no coloring the hair. Now the reason for that is relatively simple and intuitive. Bleaching and hair coloring, particularly any permanent color that is formulated with ammonia, can cause chemical damage to your hair strand, which is going to raise the cuticle and even cause it to flake away. That's bad. The cuticle is the protective outer layer of your hair. We kind of need that to still exist. It also has the potential, through that chemical damage, of relaxing or even causing a change in your curl pattern. Now, the reason that I don't follow this rule is because I don't want to. It's a great rule. It's a fantastic rule. I, however, like my hair a little bit lighter than it naturally grows in. So I get my hair lightened. But I get it lightened in the salon by a professional who uses extremely gentle formulations with the bleach lightener to create my highlights, and any permanent color that she does is ammonia free. I have never lost my curl pattern or felt it destroyed or relaxed in any way after having my hair colored by Michelle. She's amazing. I'm gonna link her information down below if you're in the New York area once all of this insanity ends. Hopefully you guys can go give her some business because she is the bomb. But also, I know how to treat my curls after coloring and how to prepare my hair before coloring to make sure that my curls stay and remain and become as healthy as humanly possible. I did a whole video on that after my color vlog, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll link that in the description box as well. So yeah, good rule, I just break it. Finally, the last rule in the curly girl method that I definitely do not follow is no heat ever. Let me explain. Heat styling is completely verboten in the curly girl method. For good reason. Heat styling, especially consistent, sustained, direct heat, can cause significant damage to your hair. Like the chemical damage that I talked about before, it can increase your hair's porosity, wear away at that cuticle, and destroy any curl pattern that you had before, as well as necessitating quite a dramatic haircut. Instead, the curly girl method suggests that you should only ever air dry your hair. It's going to be the gentlest way to make sure that your curls spring back to life. So here's why I don't do that. Diffusing on high heat does not cause the same kind of damage as sustained direct heat from other styling tools like a flat iron or a curling wand. Diffusing actually does exactly what it says it does. It diffuses the airflow, so it can only pull the water, that excess moisture, out of your hair while it's drying without disturbing your curl pattern, without over drying your hair, especially if you're only applying that heat to damp hair. Furthermore, I don't find that I get any volume at all from air drying my hair. As I mentioned before, I have fine textured curls, and I also don't have a ton of hair on my head. If I don't diffuse, my hair just lays flat on my head. And yeah, no, not my favorite look. Diffusing my hair allows significantly more volume to occur, especially as I flip style it, going upside down, side to side, just making sure that my roots stand as far away from my scalp as possible. And that way, the hot air from the diffuser can actually dry the root area before anything else, which definitely doesn't happen when I air dry. Diffusing has not slowed down the healthy progression of my hair in the least. Even with consistent heat styling it with the diffuser twice a week since I started my curly journey, my hair has only gotten healthier. So that's not a rule that I see any problem with breaking for me. Now, all of these rules come from a really good place. Lorraine Massey cares so deeply about the curly community and about encouraging women to embrace their natural texture. We don't have to erase our curls in order to feel beautiful. And for her promoting that, I am eternally grateful. Seriously, the work that she has done for the curly community is unparalleled, and I am so happy that she did it. I just don't follow all the rules. Everything that I have done, I do carefully after doing my due diligence and researching, because I know what my hair likes, what it responds to, and what makes me feel beautiful. That's all I have for today. These are the reasons why I don't strictly follow the curly girl method. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it when these videos get any views at all. So the gift of your time means the absolute world to me. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button, give it a thumbs up. This will really help the channel to grow, and it means a lot to me to see you guys interacting with the content. So likes are good. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit the notification bell next to it as well if you want to get notified every time we post new content. I come here every Friday with a brand new video. So with that, thank you again for watching the Fit Curls, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.